I also learned that success is really relative and everybody's view of success is different. So, you know, one person could think they're successful just because they woke up this morning, whereas another person, sometimes I feel like that. I felt like that yesterday. Or some people might think they're really successful if they have, you know, like 5 million followers on Instagram or whatever. Whatever it is for you, it's different. And so to compare yourself to another person on how successful you or they are really doesn't work because it's so personal. So you have to try not to compare yourself to people, even though that's really hard. It really is a downward spiral though. I mean, I'm all for finding inspiration and being empowered by somebody else's journey, but everybody's on their own path and it runs on their own time. So you can't compare yourself to them because everybody's lives are different. I also learned to not be a martyr. Like, it's not cool to be like, I'm so busy. I can't eat. Like, it's not cool to just be like foraging on the ground near your studio desk for scraps of food that you left there like last week. Like, that's not cool. Like, yeah, you may seem busy, but you're being like a grub. It's not cool. You need to rest, otherwise you will burn out, and like you need to sleep and you need to see your friends and like do your laundry, like wash your underwear. God. I also learned to be true to myself. You know, like I spent a long time kind of starting to compare myself to others and then starting to try and emulate other people so that because they seemed like they were going really well and having this awesome creative life. But at the end of the day, like it's my, you know, my aesthetic and my, you know, creative personality that got me where I am today. So I had to refocus on that and just kind of follow it and do what I wanted and try not to think about the outside world, so to speak. And finally, and maybe the most important thing I learned was that my career doesn't define me. You know, there's so many other aspects to me as a person than just like what I'm doing and what I've showed you here on screen today. You know, and your career is just like one small portion of like a whole giant world that is you. So sometimes thinking about that gives you perspective and allows you to step back and just be like, oh, okay, all right. It's like not so bad after all, you know, I'm really good at running, or I'm really good at cooking, or I love animals, or I don't know, like whatever it is, there's all these other things that make you a person, not just like, you know, I'm a craft-based designer. That's not it. And if it was, that would be really sad. So yeah, this time was real shit for me, but it made me really much stronger, and it actually helped me to develop all these philosophies and like ways of thinking about myself as a creative person that I'm sharing with you today. So I guess like to finish, I think the most important thing I've realized on this journey so far is that I have developed this really strong inner passion and this drive to fiercely pursue the things I love. And this has grown incrementally as I have experienced more along this creative journey. And every time, you know, I got a little recognition or I got another job or I realized that I could make money off this, that sort of like magic feeling inside, the Oprah feeling, just like grew and grew. And yeah, I now have this like inner strength and this perseverance and this motivation to keep going, even if the path seems really unclear or I don't know what I'm doing or I have setbacks or I change my mind like 5 million times about, you know, what I want to be when I grow up. So I guess to link back to today's theme, to me, like having these things like these strengths and these motivations are sort of like my very own magic powers that will carry me through the rest of my creative journey, and everybody has them. You just kind of have to like work out what they are and how to harness them, and you just kind of have to like realize that they're there. And I guess that's all I have to say. Thank you. Thank you.